Adventers will appreciate the support of your soldiers.
Really like having the covert actions available early because they're the nice source of additional experience for your soldiers in the early game here.
Consider the countless lives that could have been spared had you remained in your place among the Elders' champions.
Alright, he knocked down our income a little bit and increased his personal knowledge. The Chosen can level up through multiple tiers when they get stronger with each one.
The Resistance is counting on us to protect their people. We can't let them down.
At the intersection of two roadways, someone ambushed an Advent convoy and took out the accompanying security forces. The alien weapons and equipment seem to be intact, but there are no signs of other combatants. Shen was able to fabricate the new gear into weapons for our soldiers. We get a gas grenade and Talon rounds. Bonus crit chance and more damage on critical hits for the Talon rounds. And the gas grenade deals damage over time and deals damage over a larger area than a standard frag grenade. Good. So we'll equip those on our next mission.
Avenger plotting new course.
Not as good as Dragon rounds would have been.
Priority message coming through. It looks like an encoded signal from the Resistance. Patching it through to your quarters now.
Commander.
Hello, Commander. It would seem your recent activities have gotten Advent's attention. Our unwelcome guests are on the move. Advent has been diverting considerable resources and personnel to covert facilities across the globe. The exact details of these operations are highly classified. However, they do have one thing in common. A single word that appears in all their files. Avatar. I believe the black site we had previously uncovered to be but a part of this Avatar project. Based on what we have uncovered so far, its true scope is far greater. This project is being directed from the very top of Advent, from a source I am still unable to determine. All attempts to uncover its identity have met with failure. It is time to take a more direct approach.
With guns.
Though we may not know the exact nature of this Avatar project, we can still disrupt it. We must root out these hidden facilities with the help of local resistance cells, disrupt our enemy's operations, and in the process, uncover the truth. Locate the source of this Avatar project, and then destroy it. Were the enemy to succeed in their efforts, I am certain it would mean the end for us all. I'm confident you will take whatever measures necessary to eliminate this threat, Commander.
You got it.
We're tracking the aliens' progress on this Avatar project here. If they finish what they've started, it sounds like it'll be the end for all of us.
So this is the sort of momentum pressure on the player in XCOM 2. The Avatar project is tracked at the top of the screen here. If this meter fills up, then it'll start a countdown timer until the game is over. Periodically, the aliens will make progress on the Avatar project through events or with time. But by achieving certain goals, we're able to negate their progress in the Avatar project. It's possible to have a campaign continue indefinitely in XCOM 2 if you want to, because you're able to constantly reset the progress on the Avatar. 20-day timer. That sounds about right. Yeah, you don't instantly lose when this fills up, is the most important part to convey. You have a secondary doomsday timer that is very clear that you will be losing when it hits 0. But in order to start making negative progress on the Avatar project, the first thing we're going to need to do is get to the Advent Black site. Oh, we got a new guerrilla
Our
op
next
target.
operation will put us right in the
For a new
middle of
scientist.
chosen territory, Commander. There's a good chance they'll show up to interfere, so we should plan accordingly.
We might see the Chosen again. Any mission timers will not start until the squad breaks concealment. Gamerovich, thank you so much for 13 months.
Setting
And those
course
happy
for the
and
Mexican
happy
regional
streamiversary
track.
wishes. Gas grenade. Poison gas has a dramatic effect on organic enemies, slowing them and doing damage over time. Dorn is here, and we've got a rookie? Oh yeah, because the sharpshooter is still tired. Everybody else is wounded. Alright, rookie. Actually, can I see... soldier bonds? I rule... Barato. What about you? Ishmael. Perfect. That'll have to do then. Definitely not the best squad for the job, but it's an easy mission, hopefully. We don't actually have to kill the Chosen if we encounter them, too.
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
It's not the squad we need, but it's the squad we got. And that's what you have to play with in XCOM sometimes. Being able to complete a mission with a substandard set of soldiers so that your best ones can either recover or be used somewhere else.
Resistance forces
I like that the legendary difficulty of XCOM 2 forces you to have a moderately sized roster of soldiers. You can't just use 4 to do the whole game like you could XCOM 1.
So we're moving in to seize that vault one way or another. Take out all hostile contacts and lock down the area.
You got it,
Need
buddy.
to secure those assets. Menace 1-5.
Oh, and we start on high ground.
Be
Good.
on the Advent data vault near your position. Be advised, self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to
Serum
disarm and
toxicity
extract the
reports.
package before its contents are destroyed.
Thank goodness for the solar panel movement. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to have half cover up here.
Moving to designated position.
Remember to go green, folks.
Bin unterwegs.
Busting through the gate gets us revealed. It's funny.
Moving. Rolling. Orders confirmed. Moving out.
Cielos.
Doghouse.
Beat feet.
Double time.
There's 2 of them on top of each other there. That's kind of weird.
Hostile targets in sight.
Remember, we don't suffer... or the mission timers don't activate until... do we break concealment
Rücke
here?
aus. Eine feindliche Patrouille.
Oh, here we go. Knowing there's a pod there. All too tempting. All too tempting.
I'm on the move.
Get him. Actually, that's not going to destroy it, huh? It's okay.
We're spotted.
Actually, I suppose I should do this a little differently. So they're going to still be there next turn, yeah? Should just blow these two up. Take out the big thing next turn.
Frag out.
Bestätigter Abschuss.
Okay. Affirmative. Covering now.
Got him. Is there anybody left?
Moving to designated position.
Oh, yeah. Hide behind the cactus. Show your worth, sectoid. That sectoid looks like he's in a bit of a prickly situation. Although as long as he's behind that cover, he's going to be a real thorn in our side.
Bestätigt. Rücke aus.
Stay clear of those turrets.
Oh, crap.
We're still not entirely sure if they're fully automated or remotely triggered.
And I can see that there's more enemies back there. That's good. Guns have pretty low accuracy, the turrets, but they do pretty good damage, so they're spooky. Okay, and angles are a thing. If you're... if an enemy's taking cover behind an object, but you're close to flanking them, you'll get a proportional aim bonus based on how much of a flank you have.
Come on!
Probably don't want to stay there.
Aye, aye. Affirmative, moving out. On Overwatch.
Halte Stellung. Ich bin hier festgenagelt.
That's got Overwatch. Can break that Overwatch by doing damage to it, though.
Granate geworfen.
This will also heavily shred it, thanks to our bonus shredding order. So I should be able to move forward and destroy it now.
Orders confirmed. Moving out. Shot wide.
Shoot.
Burning through ammo fast.
I can't...
Good copy.
I can't kill the sectoid. I'm gonna need to... flashbang it.
It's still moving.
Hopefully the turret will miss the shot it takes. I believe the flashbang will unsummon the zombie.
Stehe unter starkem Beschuss.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't get it. I'm out of firepower over here.
So our container detonates in 5 turns, by the way. I can move if I can hit the turret. There we go.
Ziel neutralisiert. Ich muss bald nachladen.
Heading there now. Shot failed to connect.
Okay.
Target still standing. Could use some ammo.
She sounds so bored.
Alles dreht sich.
Okay, just his disorientation. That's not too bad.
Das einfach.
Headed there now.
Alright, you have to connect, buddy. There we go.
Kill confirmed. Running dry on ammo.
Okay, we need to move forward, reload, and then we have only a few turns to get to that
Moving
container.
to designated coordinates.
But we know that there's another group of enemies just over here. We saw information we shouldn't have, actually, in one of the earlier cutscenes.
Position bestätigt.
But I'll take it. Do want to be able to get on the roof.
Got it. Locked and loaded.
We're green to go.
Waffe geladen. Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
An Illirium core.
Got it.
It's pretty useful.
Understood. Moving out. Confirmed. Roger that. Advent troops
Damn it.
here.
It's not what I would say that I wanted to have happen. That's what we call a bad reveal, usually.
Nähere mich der Zielposition.
Be bad aim, too. This guy.
Das war's für dich.
And I can guaranteed kill that? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Heads down.
This guy might get to shoot one of us. Could be even a kill here. Critical 4, didn't die though. Perfect. Lucky. Very lucky he chose to shoot the specialist and not the rookie. Rookie would have died. But that we were able to take out 2 out of 3 threats there resulted in not having a disaster there. If 2 enemies had been able to make moves in that position, we would have lost somebody for sure.
Heading there now.
Just get in their face.
It's down.
Menace 1-5, we're not picking up further contacts near your position. Site is secure. Move on the target before the charges detonate.
Doesn't hurt
Oh,
to
is this
check.
one of the things where you can get bonuses? That's right, yeah. On fail, no effect. Might as well try the small intel cache. Almost! Needed to use the specialist to get a chance at a bonus reward there. Always forget about that. When hacking chests or doors, use your specialist.
Got it. Good. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
Excellent. Nobody died, I'll take it.
20 years of peace and prosperity will not be undone by the reckless actions of a few misguided dissidents today. We stand with the elders. Trust in their wisdom, and we shall overcome this crisis.
Huzzah.
Impressive work, Commander. The aliens are probably still wondering what hit them.
Probably gonna take another blast padding, make sure these early heavies stay alive. And the rookie is another heavy. We have so many heavies. It's a heavy, heavy campaign. Valerium core. Small self-contained samples of Valerium are used to power the alien beam weapons. We could use them to power a variety of advanced weapons, armor, and munitions.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
I do very much like heavies as a class, although their relatively low base aim is a bit annoying. Definitely going to be a while before our best men are available again. Sharpshooter's back in 2 days.
Advent's got
Hyrule's
their
back in
propaganda
5
machine
days, and
working
that'll help.
overtime. We're still seeing a steady flow of migrants heading into the cities.
I'm not sure they have to do all that much convincing at this point.
And I'm not sure I'd trade my freedom for a few hot meals and the cure for the common cold.
Well, maybe not. But what about the terminally ill?
You're wrong about that, Doctor. We can offer them freedom, even if it means they have to endure the pains of being human.
I just hope they see it that way.
More rookies.
I have glimpsed the power that awaits the Elders, whether they realize its intent or not. This entity is cut of the gods' own cloth. It is as they are, a power beyond perception. I cannot judge our fate, but it is assuredly intertwined with the void that approaches.
Atlas WW says, is there a facility you can make to speed up the recovery times? Yes. You can also scan at Templar HQ to heal faster, although in this case that would involve flying across the ocean to get there. If we'd spawned nearer to the Templar HQ, that'd be more viable.
Another important step forward in our research. I've often wondered how the aliens could conceive of such a being. Is there another world out there, filled with these shape-shifting creatures? Or are they merely another construct of alien genetic tampering? Commander, with the Advent officer currently in cold storage, we should perform the autopsy as soon as possible.
Early reports from the Resistance referencing an alien creature said to be capable of, quote, shape-shifting were initially dismissed by local cell leaders who attributed the sightings to combat stress and malnutrition. It wasn't until our own forces engaged the creature that we successfully confirmed its existence. Surprisingly enough, the description of the creature from those early reports was quite accurate. With a varying height of up to 3 meters, the specimen currently referred to as the Faceless has one of the most unusual internal structures I've ever encountered. Where one might expect to find a skeletal foundation, we instead see a series of malleable, chitin-like structures providing various points for the expansion of several equally unusual fluid membranes. The membranes in question are responsible for the Faceless's extraordinary ability to mirror the form of a human. In recirculating key cellular combinations via an elaborate internal structure, the Faceless is capable of forming solid shapes while also mirroring colors and textures without physical sampling. As of yet, we've only seen evidence of the Faceless attempting to imitate humans, but not other species or inanimate objects. Whether or not this is a limitation of their genetic makeup or an intentional manipulation of their abilities by the aliens, we cannot say at this time. The Mimic Beacon generates a holographic decoy to draw enemy attacks for 1 turn. It is deployed like a grenade thrown to the site where the decoy will appear. Mimic Beacons are an excellent way to distract enemies for 1 turn, buying you a crucial moment in the heat of a firefight. When you can't deal with all the enemies on the field, throw down a Mimic Beacon and, well, things might go better. Guess we'll research that officer here, as we need it for the storyline.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces. Although I had realistic expectations as to the limited resources and facilities available to me on board the
That's being
Avenger,
built.
I have to say, it's taken some getting used to. Even with the ship's dampening field, frequent turbulence and the occasional evasive maneuver make it difficult to conduct experiments of any notable sensitivity. I may have to adapt my research techniques to maintain efficiency under these conditions.
New orders, Commander?
So, grab our supplies. And I think we should focus on making contact with the Western US, get access to that Black Site mission. So let's expand here. This will also generate more supplies for us, more income each month that we can use to build stuff. Oh, speaking of building stuff.
Hey, Commander.
Mimic Beacon costs 3 faceless corpses, which I don't have. Got it. And we could make a nanoscale vest, which is like armor, but not. Might put that on a Templar or something. Don't remember how much health this gives. I'll make one.
As far as I can tell, Advent's technology, along with most of what we've seen going on in the city centers, is based on variations, and in some cases improvements, of the existing alien tech.
I was hoping it would be plus 2
Initial
HP.
intel cost to make contact.
Plus
We'll have
plus
to
1
scan
wouldn't
the
be very
region
good.
For a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region. Commander, using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistant. I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here...
I like your glowing dots at the top, Tygan. Very scientific.
Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind. As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network
has likely caused significant damage.
Network.
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network.
Nanomachines.
These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory?
Metal Gear?
Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe. Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness.
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
New objective added.
Close range? Use the skulljack item on an Advent officer. Here's a helpful diagram as to what that's going to look like in order to gain, in combat, to gain access to the alien communication network. So we must construct the Proving Ground facility, complete the skulljack project in the Proving Ground. That's another important building for us to get. And then use the skulljack on an Advent officer.
Our work cut out for us, Commander.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent officers administer a system of control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the commander and a careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind, in this case the mind of our very own commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed and transmitted to the Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and other subordinates. With the commander no longer attached to their psionic network, it's difficult to say how orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingency. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as a conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we've worked to develop a new device, the skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Proving Ground. I might want to start on mag weapons. It's a long research time, but better sooner than later. Let's get started on that.
As soon as we have something of note.
Mag weapons will allow our troops to deal substantially more attack damage.
Commander, we just got word that the Resistance hit an Advent supply line.
Ooh.
We have an opportunity to salvage some high-value materials, assuming we can clear out the alien forces guarding the site first.
Supply raids are great. Opportunity to gain a lot of good supplies here. Lots of loot, so we're headed. We're headed there. Alright. Flatline is back. Double heavies are back. Alright, here's our squad for the next... Whoop.
There were some casualties during that last covert action, Commander, but our troops will all recover after some well-earned rest.
Didn't skip the mission, though. We got our Templar back, though. Hold on. Don't have any specialists available. Templars got wounded. Okay, So we'll go on the mission, we'll sort out the covert op afterwards.
Commander, we've got local resistance forces waiting to make contact, but we'll have to make the
Did
first
I miss the
move.
mission? Definitely didn't mean to do that. Hello?
We've got...
Hold on. PM. This is why we don't play Iron Man.
Commander, you should establish contact with the local resistance network as
that's
soon
right
as
after I missed it?
possible. The aliens are undoubtedly moving forward with their...
What's the previous save? Right at the end of the previous mission. 10 minutes ago. Okay, I'm going to do that. To redo a little bit here. I thought it would remain on the hologlobe, that I could, like, go to the mission. Very odd. I think it was because it was a supply raid mission. You're not allowed to go back to the thingy. Very interesting. Okay. We just have to do the final action of this mission, or the final turn of this mission. I see this trooper is still alive. It's our previous mission here. A little bit of the wonk, but that's okay.
Moving to position. We're near the objective. Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Move to acquire. Hostile neutralized.
Yeah, I'll hack with the specialist this time. A little cheesy, but why not?
Secure. Move on the target before the charges detonate. Menace 1-5, we're not picking up further contacts near your position. Site is secure. Move on the target before
Bruce Bacon says, was the mission not there on the scroll bar on the bottom? Maybe it was, and I'm blind?
Detonator is about to blow.
Certainly possible. Certainly possible that it was and I'm blind.
Piece of package intel. Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure. We must never allow these dissidents to fill our hearts with fear. Their victory today is a minor footnote in history.
I wondered how the new gear would hold up, Commander. Looks to me like it's working out just fine.
You have done an outstanding job leading the Resistance, Commander.
Came up here to get the rookies. Not even sure the same mission will spawn. I'm not 100% sure how XCOM 2 generates missions.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander. I've often wondered how the aliens could conceive of such a being. Is there another world out there, filled with these shape-shifting creatures? Or are they merely another construct of alien genetic tampering? Commander, with the Advent officer currently in cold storage, we should perform the autopsy as soon as possible. I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander. I'll contact you when I have a full
Oh, I skipped
report
the
of
officer
it.
autopsy this
After we
time? That's
pay
fine.
the initial intel cost to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region. Commander, using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some
Launch
time to scan
mission.
their exact position, though. Commander, we just got word that the resistance hit an Advent supply line. We have an opportunity to salvage some high-value materials, assuming we can clear out the alien forces guarding the site first.
Clark is on this time. Also a heavy. I have all the heavies in the world. Just make the flashbang available. Okay, before I click deploy and launch on this mission, I am going to take another quick break here, refill the legs, stretch the water. In a few quick minutes, I'll return, and we'll deploy on Operation Perilous Paramour. Post haste. BRB, folks. Don't go nowhere. We return. We return. Let's launch. How's it going, Glamdring? I think there will be a little bit of Slay the Spire towards the end of the show. Might just do a run of the daily or something quick. But I do think I want to tie out our show 1000 with at least a little bit of Spire content. How's it going, Goyo? I feel like 1,000 people have said rats on 1,000 streams today. Pretty crazy.
The Resistance got the jump on an Advent troop transport moving through this area, and they've left the goods for us to salvage. The transport is still disabled, but it's likely we'll encounter hostile forces attempting to lock down the site. Secure the AO and seize whatever you can.
And Backstreet Skeeter asks, will I finish up this campaign at some point? I would like to. This is one of my favorite games. And I'm quite confident in my ability to finish a full campaign, so I would really like to make this a full playthrough.
Menace 1-5, the Advent troop transport is nearby. Engage and eliminate all hostile forces.
Got good high ground for the sniper rifle, looks like. Although, where exactly is the troop transport? Is it here? Deeply unclear. So, avoid destroying critical supplies and neutralize all enemy targets are the objectives.
Rücke zur Zielposition vor.
We must scout ahead. Find any Advent that are around here. And prepare. Momokusing says, XCOM 2 had so much animation that I wish I could skip. There is a mod that skips a lot of it called Stop Wasting My Time. If you've got the Steam PC version of the game and have access to the Steam Workshop, I do recommend giving that a look.
Okay.
Getting it done.
Okay, no sightings of anything yet.
Rolling.
Begebe mich zur Zielposition. Time to motor.
Oops.
Enemy patrol on the move.
That looks like our first Advent Stun Lancer.
Good copy. Moving on target.
Stun Lancers are very intimidating early game enemies. They're basically rangers armed with stun batons. So like your own rangers, the Stun Lancer is capable of making 2 moves and then performing a melee attack, which is super nasty. Especially because that melee attack has the capability to knock XCOM soldiers unconscious, preventing them from participating in the entire rest of the mission, which is a bad time.
Position bestätigt. Got it covered.
Moving to designated position.
And then Overwatches will only fire, I believe, if
Eyes on the prize.
we're detected on the enemy turn.
Überwachung läuft. Affirmative. Moving out.
So, for example, they come close to us, but our Overwatch won't trigger here. This looks like a pretty nasty pod. Oh, I see. Okay, hold on.
Hostile forces spotted.
So, something you never want to do is reveal yourself when there's multiple groups of enemies that you can see. As if we were to... Oh, dear. Hyrule can't move. Neither can these two. I think that's their reveal tiles, though. Problem is, these are going to be active. I don't want that. I want to just kill this group. I think this means we have to overwatch with everybody and just see what happens. Because if I engage in combat here, we should be able to deal with this group pretty easily. But this group being activated will be a big threat on our flank that I don't want to try to deal with.
Verstanden. Halte die Augen offen. On Overwatch. Affirmative. Covering now.
Affirmative. Covering now.
So they discover us, that's good. We're going to get some free shots.
Not too shabby.
Get a closer look.
2 out of 3 down.
Taken care of.
Sie haben uns entdeckt.
Wait, what?
Sie haben
Ow.
mich erwischt.
At first, Advent deployed non-lethal stun units for crowd control and the occasional protest. We don't see a whole lot of that anymore.
I'm under fire. I'm pinned down here.
I don't really understand why I got shot at and why these units didn't see cover, but I'm okay with the outcome here. That was definitely a weird situation. And if anybody who knows more can explain why this just happened, I'd love to hear it. The anti-Beagle Rush maneuver. If you're flanked, they have a chance to attack instead of moving when the group is revealed. Interesting. Ah, that makes sense. To prevent abuse of the pod mechanic. Makes total sense. Makes total sense to me. I'd really like to get a grenade over onto those ones, but we have to deal with this sectoid first. Taking a shot from here seems wise. Gets the loot too. Meant to give the Viper rounds to the Ranger. I did forget to do that. Four? It can't only do 4. Oh, I lost my squad sight shot too.
Position confirmed.
Okay.
I got nothing. Running dry.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Nähere mich der Zielposition. Feind neutralisiert. Habe kaum noch Munition. I got nothing.
Alright, couple key misses mean we are mostly unable to deal with this second group of enemies.
Help! Help! Someone help!
Uh-oh. Moving closer to the stun lancer means he might get zapped. Hopefully not.
I'm alright.
Okay, not too bad. Definitely could have been worse. Fortunately, we're just at a range of that guy. And no valid targets. Although I could do long watch. Are we in trouble? A little bit. We're in a little bit of trouble. Can hit both of them with a gas grenade. Seems like a good idea. Gas grenade has a movement penalty, right?
Granate!
Not too worried even if we end up losing one of our grenadiers. We have like 4 of them. Alright, we're gonna have the sniper use Overwatch. I'm sure the stun lancer will try to move.
Come get some.
What about you? Take a 49%. That's pretty good shot, actually. Let's do that. Nice. Gotta love the coin flips when they work.
Burning through ammo fast. Shot failed to connect. We lost one.
Oof. Speaking of, we lose our squatty. Nur Kalim is dead. First name soldier to die. Okay, 100% to kill the sectoid means I just need to deal with the trooper. Killing the sectoid will also kill the zombie.
Ready to engage. I'm going.
Not really in cover, though.
It's down.
Can't be seen from there, though, so I think an Overwatch will suffice. Don't want to be flanked here.
Confirmed. Come get some. Shot failed to connect.
Wow, what a champion.
Incoming over here. You know that was good.
Alright, there should be at least one more group of enemies, maybe 2. Fortunately, we still have both our grenades. But we should regroup and reload.
Moving. Ready to engage.
Rock and roll. Moving to Overwatch.
Hopefully the last group of enemies isn't too difficult.
Understood. Moving out.
The glow from this makes it look like a treasure chest. I want to loot it. Maybe that's the supplies?
Good copy. Moving on target. Whatever you say. Rock and roll. Scanning.
I'm on it. Moving on target location. We've got Advent here.
One officer, one lancer. Actually, no. One officer, two lancers. Spooky. Very spooky. Well, we're going to want to fall back and fire from high cover then, for sure. Here, we're going to hide over here. Oh, you can go through the middle? I realized that was exposed. Spooky.
On the move.
Overwatch.
I'm going to use Long Watch on them. Stun Lancers are melee, so we can't just be hiding in cover from them.
On the move. Roger, holding.
Haven't hit one of those Long Watch shots yet, but we'll get there.
Enemy is still up.
Good place for a
Taking fire over here.
stun grenade. Or a regular grenade. Or both.
Whoa!
There is only 3 of us, remember. Hard to say no to this particular choice. Let's do it.
Grenade!
Uh-oh.
Not even close. Heading to that location. On Overwatch. Got him. They're moving to flank me.
Wait, what?
That one hurt a little.
You ended your turn next to one guy, so you went and meleeed a different one.
I need a med kit here.
Oh, and now we're in trouble. Those dang stun lancers doing what they do best, which is disabling people very thoroughly. %.
Well, how about that? Target down.
Status confirmed.
Whew.
All hostiles are down and the area is secure. Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
All right, we lost one of our many, many heavies, but GG otherwise, and we got the supplies.
And despite the destruction left in their wake, XCOM refuses to let go of the ways of the old world. They will continue their wanton and reckless crimes until the entire world burns around them. We are grateful.
Who got leveled up? Limping home, but successful nonetheless. R.I.P. Kaleem. Vengeance will be ours. Give him the slant right. So, Sneha in chat asks, I got XCOM 2 for free when they offered it on the platform. Is it even 6 years later worth playing? I think so. I think this game is aged quite well. Still a very, very challenging and fun tactics game. And a lot of post-release content has polished it up a lot. So I think it's great. I mean, I'm streaming it now, and a lot of people having a good time. So I think so. Hyrule gains either Shadow Strike, bonus attack power when attacking enemies from concealed, or Shadow Step. Does not trigger Overwatch or reaction fire. I want to be able to sword through Overwatch, please. Although I do like Shadow Strike quite a bit. And then Momokusing asks, is the flashbang good? Yes. Flashbang disorientation is very, very useful. It's a big movement speed penalty, a big aim penalty, and prevents affected targets from using their special abilities. So a flashbang sectoid will immediately drop any mind control or psi zombie that it has, and cannot use those on the next turn. If you flashbang a priest, it can't use the stasis ability. I believe if you flashbang a codex, they can't clone themselves. Although note that a few high-level enemies are immune to the ability shut down of the flashbang. But yes, flashbangs have quite a bit of broad use. 59 alien alloys, 18 crystals, 3 cores, 132 supplies, and a whole bunch more. Good. Very good. I'm actually contemplating getting better armor.
From the current research priority, Commander.
27 days. How much for plated armor? 32 days. We'll go the mag weapons first, but I want the armor shortly after.
Will likely be left only to theory. As it stands now, we are still struggling to simply understand the already diverse range of schemes they employ.
Yes, indeed. Jack Ishmael. I'm sure I'm eventually going to want Shredder, but right now I don't. These two are almost done their covert action.
Commander, we've got local resistance forces waiting to make contact, but we'll have to make the first move.
The resistance has picked up rumors indicating the black market has resurfaced. We scan the area, we may be able to locate their new location and re-establish contact. The black market, we can trade intel for stuff.
Requiring treatment after that last covert action. With a few days rest, they'll be ready to get back into it.
Although we'd realistically need about 300 intel. Currently only have 131 to make going to the black market really worthwhile. What does the Templar class do? They've got energy swords. They're all about melee combat.
Their own misguided judgments. Through their faults, I will shine as the Elder's true chosen, the rightful heir to their throne, an uncontested ruler of the
combat
new
intelligence.
world that awaits.
So actually only Flatline is allowed to go on this mission. Don't think so. Okay. We're gonna send 2 rookies. Glace and Barato. Good luck. They might get ambushed, which would be very bad.
Followers will lead this action to victory.
Aside from us getting this ship up and running, which was mostly Dr. Shen's work.
Only 3 more days for guerrilla tactics to finish. That's pretty good. Let's actually accelerate that by going to the Skirmisher HQ very briefly.
Regional tract. Guerrilla Tactics School now operational.
Oh, that's right, and you can use a staff member to train rookies into a specific class here. So if we want to specifically make more rangers or more stuff, yeah. Let's turn you into a ranger. And the staff is a rookie, apparently. They're training themselves by reading books. So, new combat tactics. For 100 supplies, instantaneously increase the squad size by 1. We no longer have to deal with 4 men on a mission. If we get a captain, we can also get a second upgrade to squad size. Good. Very good. Okay, currently we're waiting on a lot of people to recover from wounds. Adonis will come back in 6 days, and then over the next dozen or so, we'll get a whole bunch of other people back. Let's see.
Commander, each of our soldiers is rated based on their understanding of our tactics and capabilities, something we refer to as combat intelligence. Because of their unique experiences in the field, our faction soldiers from the Resistance will gain access to new abilities based on this combat intelligence.
25 AP for face-off. Mark a target with a psionic lens, causing them to take more damage from a number of future single-target attacks. Oh, parry's really good. After attacking with Ren, prevent all damage from the next attack instead of moving. Parry is the OP Templar thing. I've got 1 rookie to promote and name. We'll do that later.